Chris Dempsey joining us right now from the road
Oh,
where the Nuggets
I
are.
love to see him. He's such a handsome guy. I love that he's on Skype. And
Hey, Chris.
he's actually, unlike all the other people, he's got stuff going on in the background. We can see lights and stuff like that. Most people are up against the wall. Chris, you really got this Skype thing down right. We can see in the background you're in some arena somewhere.
All right, so Chris, are Stan Kroenke's fingerprints all over what's been going on the last week and a half?
Oh, well, I mean, listen, I think if you ask them, everybody's fingerprints are all over it. And listen, I think it's a little. Of course, Stan is concerned about his basketball team. He's a basketball guy. I mean, he's got a lot of other things going on, including moving a football team to Los Angeles. But he's not very happy with what is going on with his basketball team, and he's going to help get that figured out. So, I think the answer in total is it's Stan, it's Josh, it's Tim Connelly, all kind of working together and making the decisions and doing what they feel is the best for this basketball team.
Chris, I just told Les, and you may not have been on yet, that Stan Kroenke's been kind of busy the last couple of days because his Arsenal team was in the playoffs over in England, and I think he's more interested in the fact that they lost and had a chance to go to the quarterfinals, and was emphasizing that and the fact that he's moving his football team to Los Angeles. And the Nuggets are kind of third on his list, so Avalanche is always fourth on his list. I don't think he was worried about whether they rested the starters or not, so Les doesn't believe me, but I kind of know Stan pretty well, and he kind of is interested in Arsenal because that he spent more money for that team than he did all the other teams combined.
Yeah, and then they were in the Champions League. Yeah, and so no, that's a very big deal, that Arsenal deal, and obviously the St. Louis Rams are a very huge thing on his plate as well. But he's got a basketball team that is obviously not drawing fans to the arena. And prior to the firing of Brian Shaw, there was a lot of frustration and negative kind of energy and clouds around that basketball team. And so I think he might not have had both feet in, but he certainly had a say on some of the things that are happening.
Chris, after the last game, it didn't sound like some of the players were happy about being rested. And I got to wonder what's going through Melvin Hunt's mind. Here's a guy who's trying to win a head coaching job on a permanent basis, not an interim basis. He wants to be a head coach in the league. He probably wants to be the head coach of the Denver Nuggets, yet he's being told to not play certain players who will help him win.
Right.
How is this sitting with Melvin Hunt?
Yeah, well, he's still he's kind of towing the party line, and that's he's saying that it doesn't matter, that everybody's making the decision together to rest these players, that these players need the rest, that their injury history is such that they should be very cautious with some of these guys, and that's what he's saying, and he's generally said that through each of the times that I've asked him, but I asked him today if he thought he was being undermined, if he thought he was he said no to that, and these are answers that he's going to stick with and continue to say to anybody who asks these questions. But certainly the fact of the matter is listen, is there an injury history with some of these players? Of course there is. There is. Do they need to be rested? That's debatable. Is this a basketball team that is looking to get the best lottery pick it possibly can? Of course it is. Was Melvin Hunt helping that situation by winning a bunch of games? Of course he was not. So there are extra forces at work here, even though there is coming from the organization just the only reason being that some of these guys need rest.
Chris Dempsey's appearance via Skype being brought to you by Papa John's. Go to papajohns.com. Order a pizza now.